Welcome to Collective Conversations. Today we are discussing a program that's making a real difference in the lives of young people throughout our community. It's the Summit Collective Camp Elevate 2026. Filled with distractions, challenges, and uncertainty, our youth need more than supervision during the summer months. They need encouragement. They need opportunities. They need positive role models. Most importantly, they need people who believe in them. TSK's Camp Elevate was created to help young people strengthen literary skills, develop leadership abilities, build confidence, explore new opportunities, and discover their God given potential. Today, we'll discuss why youth development matters, the impact Camp Elevate is having on children and families, and how communities can work together to create brighter futures for the next generations.
Thank you all. Thank you, Chad, for being here. And yeah, just to talk a little bit about TSK Camp Elevate 2026 and beyond. Last year, 2025 marked our first time that we did have Camp Elevate. We had it up at my office up on 345 Prince Street, which we since moved back to Washington Street, Washington Avenue over at the Multicultural Center, which I'm so proud to be there. I think, Mr. and Mrs. Deborah and Frank Williams and also Elder Abel Clark for allowing that to happen. It's been a great time up there. And like I said before, it's good to be back there. But today I just really want to talk about why youth development matters more than ever. And that's what we're trying to do as well. Like I said before, I know there's other camps, summer camps. So it's definitely not trying to, compare them, right? It's the fact of us trying to, just reach out to the community and just help as well. And talk a little bit about why youth development matters, because every generation faces challenges, and we're in that day and age right now. Today's youth, definitely navigating through the world, and it's really changing a lot faster than ever, and that's what you start to see. So, do we know, or can they really understand and reach their potential, or even understand about what their potential is? So we're creating, definitely an environment, definitely at TSK Camp Elevate, in order to kind of help them develop and discover these things as well. There's a lot of challenges, though, like I said before, that are facing the youth today. We're trying to grab them at an age where we can kind of mold them, right, with some positive role modeling of, definitely how, the world can be a good place, right? We do it a lot of different ways as well, because there's a lot of, and let's get it right. In today's age, there's a lack of role models. There really is. And that's one thing we're kind of big on. And like I said, I'm not saying that we don't have work to do, because of course we do at TSK, Camp Elevate. We have work to do as far as, but definitely getting the right people in there in order to get to positive role model for the kids, things that they need. And also some of the loss they have learning. There's a unique way we do things. Basically through activities that at Donachie we do, right? So we kind of merged it and kind of brought it to the TSK model as well, as far as, teaching kids through activities as well. Hey, I love school. I mean, as far as they having it and they have an opportunity to learn. Don't get me wrong, I do. And that's great. But, during the summer months, it's one of those things like, we have to, I want to make sure they retain some of these things, but also I think we should be able to do it in a fun, learning way, and through activities, and understanding that as well. So one of the things I understand, why youth development is very important, and this is what we're kind of striving for, to kind of help with Camp Elevate in order to do those things as well, because strong communities don't happen by accident, and we have to understand that they're built by investing in young people, and that's what we're willing to do. I mean, I think. And then, it was a great sight to see today. We had, we went to the movies today and saw a movie, but it was several other groups out there with a youth camp. And I love that. I love that, because it means really getting the kids involved. We're still trying to work on some of the older ones. That's one thing we have to work on. Some of the ones that possibly aged out of elementary that still need the help. I think all children need help. I don't care what age they are. 18 and down, and even sometimes older than that. So it's like, but definitely, focusing on the elementary youth as well. And, and like I said, from the Elms going well, I mean, last year we had almost upward to 25, not all the time. I mean, roughly we usually had a little less than that, but this year is up to 28, and that's a great thing. I mean, we only budgeted for 25, but we're up to 28, which, and it happens sometimes, but not turning kids back. But I'm super elated when it comes to that as well. And that's, one of the things that we spoke about. And, just to go on a little bit about it, making sure, that every kid is, is seen in a positive light. And I know it's hard sometimes. That's why we speak about it a lot. I mean, and try to, just tweak it. We're a week and a half in now. So, it can only get better. We're going into July the 16th, so it can only get better. I mean, the better. You're always looking for a way. Just like, when it comes to like Donkey and things we do, it's always something we can do better. I mean, and that's, definitely something but to see the kids' faces every day, to speak to them. It's even, when we talk about being kind to someone, being kind to an adult, saying hello, how you doing? You doing okay? Things like that is a big key. I mean, to those things and that helps us, I think, in a way.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing. I started working for you around the start of last year's camp, and that was one of the things that impressed me is, these kids. A lot of them knew each other at the start of the camp, but a lot of them didn't either. And summertime, they're not in school and they don't have maybe that daily structure, and they're not around their friends as much. So, this day and age, I think a lot of them, all the communication they get is electronically and on screens. And you can just see, a difference from the beginning of the week. People, kids open it up to each other socially.
Right.
And it impressed me because they're not only doing it, but while they're doing it, they're doing activities that are fun for them, but that are also educational. And, so you can see like a good positive social impact as well as an educational